Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 015. 015. We'll do it
The
again. I
one
missed it.
five.
Do it again. I missed it. I missed it. 015.
Yep. That's what it fucking is, dickhead. You want me to do it again?
Do it again. Oh, 155. I jumped the gun. God damn it.
God, cut, cut.
Cut.
Hey,
Jimmy,
Jimmy, dumbass.
Jimmy dumbass. If this ends up in the final show, whole
You will
family's
die.
dead. Your whole family's
Hmm.
dead. Dead.
Absolutely dead.
Dead. Dead
Dead.
as dead as my hopes and dreams.
Hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, and my grandmother. You okay?
I'm good.
Yeah. Is
I'm
Jimmy okay
good.
though? That's the
I'm good
thing.
on God. No, Jimmy is fucked.
He's absolutely
Jimmy is
fucked.
fucked. I can't remember what I named it. The intro. I got it. You ready for the intro, or should we do other stuff first?
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, let's roll this thing. Quite a thing. Quite a
That's
thing that
quite a
is.
thing. It's quite a thing.
My hair. Maybe I should go hat on.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I go.
Here. Here are these guys who play these are the guys the high school baseball players look like.
Yeah. Like how do you field that way? I don't understand it.
Oh, Steve over here. Huh? Home plate's behind you, Jess. Oop. I don't
Okay,
even know
okay.
which way is behind me. My head's so far up my stupid ass. Because I don't play sports.
No
Where
sports.
on a baseball field, where's home plate?
It's probably behind you. All right. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know.
Did you get it? I got stuck for a minute. Did you get
Yeah.
um did you get that ping converted,
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Aaron?
I just turned it into a what is an MP4 or whatever.
Used to work. How
That'll
long is
work.
it though? That's the question because you took a
Fi
still image and just made it a movie.
yeah, 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's like a default. Okay. Chill. Chill, chill, chill.
Did it.
So that in
Did
the
it.
are you driving that thing?
Yep. Driving it. Yeah, there it is. Should be in there now.
You drove it? You drove it
Hmm.
to our drive? Okay, two
All
brief
night.
idiots. Two brief
Drove all
idiots.
night. Hmm.
I can't anymore, man. I used to be able to drive for hours and hours, and now after like I don't know, I can still do quite a few, but like 6, 7 hours, I start to get a little toast. Depending.
Yeah.
If my wife lets me pull over and pee and get monsters,
Right.
there's no
Oh,
stopping me.
yeah. Absolutely none. Yeah. No
But if I
stopping.
have to just do it like a responsible normal adult, I'm toast after like 6, 7 hours. Like
Yeah.
truckers, when you see into a trucker's den, they usually have like those big gulps that are
Hmm.
like 6 gallons,
Like the ones we bought
but
in
bigger,
oh
but
oh
even
five,
big,
but
yeah,
bigger.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
similar, right? But same idea, but even
Hmm.
bigger.
Yeah.
And they're always like, and just they must just drink so much weird stuff. Oh shit, I don't want to play
Yeah.
it. I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it. Okay. Download the MP4. We're off to a rip roaring start again as always.
Oh yeah. Always. Always. Well, I'll get started while you're working on
Dive
that.
in. Dive in. Okay. It's
I
uploading.
uh
It's
I
uploading. We're in the clear now.
cool, cool.
How are you?
We pushed this out a week because of vacation mode for you, and I missed you
I don't know if you
last
can
week.
tell. I don't know if you can
I,
tell. I might have gone to Hawaii.
I'm glad you said it that way. It's
That's the only way to
proper.
say Hawaii. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
you know.
Did they treat you well, like when you went there? Did they recognize you? Were they like, oh yeah, there's our native friend?
I did. I came out and I would. Yeah, I was when I walked to the ocean. I was like Kikai, and I turned around. Aina, aloha, and then they
And they were
honestly
like,
tried
this
to
guy.
they tried to kill me. Yeah,
Yeah, this
it
guy right
was
here.
it
This
was
guy.
so
Let's murder him
disrespectful.
right now.
Let's kill
Yeah.
this guy on the spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If I was there, I'd have been the first one in line.
To kill me.
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wonderful. It was a great trip.
Nice.
It was a great
Nice.
trip. I want you to let's see. I won't go into all the details because no one gives a shit, not even you, right? Let alone
Mhm.
anybody listening. But
Yeah, Cliff's notes.
so we got there, we saw some really beautiful, cool things, and we dipped. But
All right,
some of
that's all I
the
want to hear.
we did see an erupting volcano. That was pretty
Ooh,
cool at one of the national
nice.
parks. We went up to the top of another volcano that's definitely not erupting, but is like above some clouds. So it was tripped to be like on top of,
Ooh,
you know.
yeah,
And then
yes.
just in general, it was my first time ever there. So to kind of get to be like, okay, so honestly, one of the coolest things the whole time was we get there, we land, we walk off the plane after we landed and walk into the terminal like you do when you exit a plane,
That's
but
typically how it goes.
it's outdoors.
Hmm.
The terminal is outdoors, like it has a roof over it, but no walls, and it's just kind of outdoors. And there's like birds in the like because it's literally like just like this Hawaiian rooftop with like pillars holding up this roof, and it's the terminal's out fucking door. It was the craziest. It was so cool. Because obviously growing up in Washington State, you ain't nothing outdoors. Yeah,
No,
there's
no.
no there's nothing outdoors except camping.
Right.
Um, which can be a painful thing to do.
Mhm.
Um, so it was cool because yeah, it was all outdoors, and then uh we took we've got our like baggage claim was outdoors. Fucking getting chicken in with checking the ticket. There's no walls. There's no walls to this fucking airport. It was amazing.
That's
It's
wild.
so cool. This is the one on the international airport on the Big Island. I forget. It's KOA, I believe, is the KOA is the name for like the 3-digit thing for it. I think it's
Yep.
KOA. And so we went and got our baggage, and we took a shuttle to the car rental place, and we rented a Chrysler Pacifica,
That's right.
fucking rocking that really ugly, stupid ass
Mhm.
minivan shit. Because
Yeah.
we were picking up some friends in a few days, and we needed a big rig.
Oh,
But I turned on the car in Hawaii, first time there. Got all our shit loaded in. I'm loving it. Fucking, I'm already loving it. Right? You knew
mhm.
me in the early 2000s. I used to be really into reggae and sun and chilling out and
Yep.
not I used to not be stressed for no reason and have high blood pressure and no
Right.
energy. I used to actually understand what it meant to relax and take things easy. And I
Right.
could tell like us as
But also, you used to be able to stay up till 2, get up at 5, and go to work and work a full 8-hour day.
yeah, and be totally cognizant the whole day, not like
Yeah.
accidentally chop my fingers off or something because I
Right.
should be in sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um and I turn on the rental car and my whole life changed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it fired up 1077 the Opihi, which
The
is
Opigi?
the Opihi.
Teehee. Okay.
And then the word actually starts with an apostrophe Opihi, the Opihi, and it's like the
Opigi.
name of like some marine animal, and it's slang for a couple other things on the island, on the islands. But it's also a local, mostly reggae, like local Hawaiian music channel,
Yep.
and it was playing songs I'd never heard, some songs I had heard, but it was just like local and Cali reggae, which like there was a stick figure cover of my favorite Bob Marley song, Natural Mystic. That wasn't the first song that came on, but they played like that song. They played a bunch. They
Right.
played like Tribal Seeds, and then they played shit I'd never heard of, and they played. It was just, and so then we pull out of there, and we're driving like a half-hour drive to our hotel along the coast, going south down the Big Island with this local reggae, and with the windows down and shit. It was I was immediately in love. I was immediately fucking all in. And it just got better from there. We spent some time in Kailua Kona. We went to see a luau, the motherfuckers with the fire dancing and the shit, and
Oh,
all
nice. Yep.
the girls doing this, and
Mhm.
some guys doing their fucking version of hula, like the masculine version of it, right? And then at one point they did demonstrations of other like Polynesian island dances. So there's a motherfucking haka,
And I was
right? They
about
did
to say,
some,
did they do a
yeah,
haka? Because
they did some
I
Maori
love
shit.
watching those when they pop up like on videos and stuff. I'm like,
So,
I gotta watch
dude,
this
so
always.
first this guy came out and did like again, this isn't Hawaiian stuff, but it was because all the Hawaiian Mele and luau stuff they did leading up to this was dope. But then they also I'm talking about the haka now, which is like technically like New Zealand kind of Maoris, right? But um, a guy came out and did a Maori thing that is a solo job. It's not like a haka where there's like multiple people, but it
Right.
was sort of like what you would do on the shore if a boat's approaching and you don't know if they're friend or foe. And so he's basically like one man dancing with a spear, and he would go like, yeah, and he would like stick his tongue way out and down and flat, like, like,
Giant.
yeah, and it would come out, and it
Yeah.
was and he would stare at the audience, and it was so fucking savage, dude. It was like in a good way. I
That's
don't mean
awesome.
that in like
Right.
like the savages.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
it was fucking rad. Um,
That's awesome.
it was only the kind of the same like three or four guys and three or four girls the whole time, but they would come out and do all these different numbers. And the guys came out and did a fucking haka, and it was the fucking manliest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life, as you'd
I bet.
expect.
Yes.
Until the next thing, which is the guy who was the son of like the MC of the whole event came out and did the fire dance, and he was fucking throwing it in the air. He was like sucking it into his mouth and lighting other ones on fire and
Oh my God.
doing it
Right.
off his feet. And they had to put a net up so that in case he like lost it into the audience, people didn't die. And we found out later that he's a two-time world champion at that. So
Wow.
I was like, no shit, he was so
Yeah.
good because he's best
Yeah.
in the world twice, bitch.
Yeah. I
So
bet I'm surprised they even put the net up. I mean, I get it, but
you don't need it. We didn't
you
need it
don't
for
need
him.
it with him.
He
Yeah.
was a
Nope.
boss, dude. And the crazy thing too is obviously they timed it right, but like kind of during the last like few dances, the sun just slowly dipped down behind into the water behind them, like because we were right on the ocean. It's a fucking magic. Plus, we're all like completely exhausted because we had gotten like
Just
3 hours
try.
of sleep
Yeah.
the night before, so
Yeah.
and we just eaten at this luau because a big part of a luau is the feast first, kind of as the
Yeah.
shit gets going. God damn, we were just fucking wiped out by then. Um, so that was dope. So we spent a few days there in Kailua Kona, just like a little beach town, and then we went to the other side of the island, which is like a national park, where it has like there's two big volcanoes on the big island, and one of them is like always kind of constantly. It's off and on, but it's like effectively always erupting. Sometimes it's just chilling and steaming and not like spitting out lava. So we hiked all around it and checked out like the sulfur vents and all the shit that you'd find on a volcano. It has this huge caldera and stuff. And then we had dinner in a restaurant we had to have reservations for that looked into the volcano. But it wasn't like erupting until the third night, which is our last night there. And then it started really like bubbling, it's throwing shit up, and lava flows were coming out. And went and we watched it. We went during the day and then we went at night, and you could like hear it erupting. It was not because it wasn't like Mount St. Helens. It's like you can stand there, it's like a quarter mile away, and you can see it and all this stuff, and it's like
Right.
light in the sky, but it's not
Yeah.
dangerous to be that
Right.
close.
It's not.
Actually, stop, baby.
It's not a sulfur flying 500 miles in each direction like Mount
No,
St. Helens.
what they said was that there's a lot of basalt in the magma that comes up in Hawaii, and that's why everything is very cone shaped because
Okay.
it like tends to be kind of like thick liquid rather than like building up
Uh,
pressure and then and
just
blowing up and
blowing.
out and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like it tends to just kind of bubble up and run down and
Mm.
cool off, and so that's why the islands there are so picturesque in the mountains and stuff. But anyway, so we could
Yeah.
hear it, and as we were leaving, we could hear like some locals had come by and were doing like a chant to like Pele and to like the volcano goddess and stuff like that. And it was fucking super authentic. It was so dope. They weren't like doing it for any tourists. They were just came to do it because the religion is still very much alive there,
Okay.
right? It was
Yeah.
sick, dude.
Nice.
And so then and after that, we flew to Maui and we fucked around there for a while. We did this thing called the Road to Hana, which is like this 50-mile super windy road that goes to around the Volcano National Park that's on that island. We also went to the top of it the day before, and where you go up above the clouds and shit like that. Um, and Maui is exactly what your mind. your stereotypes might tell you. Like we stayed in a hotel that was not on the expensive strip, but like one block in, but it was still a nice fucking hotel with infinity pool facing the ocean and shit. It was completely out of a movie.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't. Could I say we were several blocks from the beach? It wasn't like that, but like you wouldn't know it if you're just sitting there by the pool looking out. You're just like, this is a paradise, right?
Yeah. It's like
Um,
perfection. Yeah.
and then there was a shopping mall a little ways down the hill that had nothing but like, with few exceptions, it was all just like Gucci, Prada, fucking,
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton,
I
Louis,
wasn't sure what you were saying first.
sorry, Louis Vuitton,
Ah,
stuff like from
yeah.
Louis Vuitton and
Yeah. Yeah.
Gucci
Yeah.
and
Expensive shit.
Louis Vuitton,
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Givenchy, Prada, Louis Vuitton.
Oh yeah. I love that
You
shit.
know, Louis Vuitton. But one of my highlights there was that. So this is in Wailea, was like the little beach and area where those shops were and stuff. And one of my favorite, if I have to be material for a second, one of my favorite brands is a brand called Olukai. They make the best sandals on the planet. Take a fat dump on rainbows and reefs and everybody else, right?
Right, right,
And
right.
it's this brand right here.
Nice.
They had a shop in this mall. And so I went there. First night we get there, I walk over there. Oh, they closed early for inventory. Second night we go over there. Are they in there? They are, but there's no one working. Like they had like shitty customer service. It was kind of a letdown. But I
So
still watched it.
they were doing island time shit pretty much. It
They
seems
were,
like.
man. They were just like, we don't like to work. Yeah. There's all these joke signs that people put up in their little shops and stuff from the everything from the box stores to like the little one-off mom and pops. There's like this it's this, they all had the same one, and it was like this joke kind of island time hours. It was like we open at 8 or 9, sometimes 10, usually 11. We take lunch from 1 to 3. We close at 4 or 5, or sometimes 6 for different for reasons we might close
Right,
early. And it
right.
said like luau, big waves, no like work. I swear to God, that was the third
No
option, was
like
no
work.
like work. That was the third fuck. Everybody had the same sign, and like I wouldn't have said that if it were what everybody had already had that right. But it was
Right.
so fun. It was so funny. Uh, but so I got new sandals, not at the Olakai store because I'd already bought them on the Big Island, but I bought this hat. And that was it because they were out of everything else. And when they went in the back, they came out and said, "We don't have your size." Customer service sucked.
Not great, huh?
No, I was looking forward to it almost as much as anything else on the trip, going to this Olakai store because I mean, there's one at like Irvine Spectrum. I think there's a couple down by you, but most of them are in Hawaii or
Right.
like London, right? Like they're like whatever, like the big
Yeah.
cities.
And
Um,
I like the hat. I definitely would wear that
well,
hat.
I
It's
want you
cool.
to, I
Super
want you.
cool.
So here's what you do. When you go to you finally go to a place like Maui and you know that your favorite beachwear store brand has a store there. And they don't really have other stores almost at all, but certainly none near you. And you go there, and you already have your new sandals that's bought on the other island, and they're out of they have like a couple shirts out of your size. They have a beach towel that you don't need or want. You kind of want, but you don't need at all. So you don't
Right.
buy it. But you see the hat, and they've got this hat and like a gray white hat. I don't need that. I wanted something with a little, So I go, you pick it up, and you go, "Fuck, I can't, this is awesome! I'm getting a cool hat." You go up to the front, and you ring it up. Now, Aaron, do you know anything about hats?
I know a little. I got a couple.
Do you know that brand?
I don't know if I know that brand.
Okay, I want you to guess how much you think this hat costs at Maui at the Olokai
So
store
island prices.
for a baseball hat.
I for that I'd say $40.
Okay, so double it, and you're almost there.
Oh my, was that $100 hat?
No, but it was over 80.
Over 80, so like 90, like 86.45.
It came out. I think it was either 79.99 or like 89.99.
Right.
This brand, their hats retail online for about $90.
Oh my gosh.
It's called Melon. I don't know if you can see that. Can
Barely,
you
but I
read?
can see it.
Can you read
I
the
can't read
letters
it.
on it?
Definitely can't. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Melin. So this hat, it's designed in California. Who gives a shit, right? Fuck
Right.
off with
Yeah.
that. And it's like it's this material. It's clearly designed to get wet and be
Right.
fine. It's not like that kind of cloth. It's like a
Hmm.
hybrid fabric that could wicks fast. And apparently the bill floats, so it falls off your head when you're surfing or boating. It'll just float in the water and whatever. But I didn't know that until I got up front. But when the girl rings you up in front of your family and says
There's no going back.
86.94, you go like this, you go, oh, like you
Yeah,
don't even
yeah,
flinch. You go, all right,
yeah.
yeah, no worries. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that
for
doesn't
sure,
matter.
for
It
sure,
doesn't matter. I don't
for
even look
sure.
at the price
Yeah.
tag. I obviously
Uh-huh.
didn't look at the price tag.
Obviously not.
I
No.
would have never. I was expecting 40. Like I would have,
40.
tourist
Yeah.
trap, like one of the world's
Hmm.
Maui. Goddamn you! I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a pricey hat,
Yeah. It should be 24.95. I'd pay
marked up
40.
for Island.
Mark,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Fuck
My
your
God.
mother.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm wearing it all the time now. I live in it.
yeah, yeah. As you should, because that's, I mean, I've been in that situation too many times. I've been in that situation too many times where I'm at a place and in my mind is saying, "Don't fucking buy that, asshole. Don't
Walk
buy
away
it.
right now, idiot. You
Walk
don't
away
need that hat.
right now."
Yeah.
They do not care if you say, "Oh, actually, I don't want
Actually,
this." And
no,
I'm
they
always
don't. They don't.
like,
They don't. They would actually prefer that because they're like, cool, less to do.
right. And I always pull out my card and say, "Oh, this is probably, $900 more expensive than it should be, but I'm committed, so here we
Oh,
go."
big dog. Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Mhm.
fuck it.
Yeah.
So here I am wearing a $90 hat
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
tax. I'd have to look. It was 80 or $90. I mean, come on,
Right.
come on.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not even.
crazy.
It's like and it's also like they basically just put their like they did a co deal with this other hat company and just threw their
Yep.
logo on it. It says fucking melon inside. The only
Melon.
place it says
Yeah.
it doesn't say
Right.
Olakai anywhere. Even the fucking
Right.
hat clasp in the back has like the melon logo built
The
into
melon.
it.
Yeah. Oh
They
my
just
gosh.
threw the Olakai brand logo on the front, which is Maui's, which is a logo that every native Hawaiian has tattooed on their body, and every shop along the beach sells an wood carving of
Right.
Maui's fish hook. It's nothing.
No. No. And I'd be willing to bet they paid dollar
Ooh,
ten for the
ooh,
whole a dollar ten for the whole
ooh.
thing.
Yeah, but if you look up,
Maybe two. Maybe two.
you go to Melon, they got so many hats and just pictures of douchebags wearing them too, like
I
being
bet. Yeah.
douchey, and I'm like, God, I'm one
Just.
of them now.
Mhm.
Shit. But if you want to sponsor us, Melon, I'll wear this thing until I literally
Yeah.
die. Yeah.
Because it looks like a nice hat.
It's actually really nice. Although I have to put it almost the full way.
Huh.
And normally I'm not anywhere. I'm like three in, you know what I mean? Rather than
Yeah.
six.
Yeah. I.
Weird.
I. Thinking about it, like, would that even fit my? Like, I guess I'm typically probably about the same, two or three in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would just
Yes.
be flapping in the back for me, probably.
Yeah. Oh man. Um and then there's another brand of clothing called Tory Richard, and they make like really nice, like the Aloha shirt is like a real thing there. I've always thought they were kind of like a gimmick, like do people really wear it there?
Right.
And I think I figure, I guess thought they kind of did, but our friend who moved there a year or two ago, he's like, no, no, no. Like that's what I wore to my job interview. Was I wore you never tuck it in. I wore a quality Aloha shirt to my job interview with some slacks and like decent shoes, and that is fucking formal wear. You wear that to a wedding in Hawaii, and I was like, okay,
Wow. All
I'm
right.
in. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. If
And
that's as
and they
formal as
make
I get, okay.
yeah, and they make really nice ones. Like this isn't like dyed. This is like a weave. So it's like a blue fabric and
Okay.
a black fabric woven to make this right.
Yeah. Yeah. Love
You
that.
get
I
it.
loved
You
it.
get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I do. That's wild. That
I bought a few
I wouldn't
shirts.
have guessed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a few shirts. I bought three or four like cool ass Aloha shirts while we were there. This we
Nice.
got at the luau, that first luau I was telling you about. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then just to kind of wrap up and put a pin in this full fucking thing. Uh the last couple nights, so our friends left, but we still had 2 nights, one full day, 2 nights at the on the big on Maui. Our friends flew back to Oahu, and we went and we had our we had when we moved from Big Island to Maui, we turned in our car rental, obviously, and then our friends rented the car on Maui to take a turn, right? So they paid for that one, we paid for the first one.
Yeah.
And after they left, we had put in a car rental for just those last 2 nights. So we picked it up, but we somehow either got upgraded or didn't realize we paid for the luxury or premium
Okay.
rental. It was still like it was like 110, 115 bucks a day. It was still kind of pricey island rental, but not nothing outstanding. Like whatever,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I'm made of money. Um, but
Obviously.
so the guy takes us over to where the cars we can take are, and he's like, anything from this first row, you can take. Um, they all have the keys in them. Go for it.
Let's
And
go.
so there's
Okay.
like a Dodge, like a Charger. I'm like, okay. There's an Audi. I'm like, okay, that's chill, right? And then there's a couple other cars, but right in the front is a fucking beautiful white Mercedes Benz. And I'm like I've
Like
never.
I can take this
I'm
one.
not. I don't live in like a fucking trash bag, right? But I also am not. I don't own a Mercedes, right?
No, no.
And I was like, so I just wanted to specify with the guy. I'm like, I was expecting like a Nissan Altima. You know what I mean? I was thinking that we'd be driving around in a 4-year-old Jetta. Like
Right.
I don't know I was just
Yeah.
driving. Honestly, our other rental for both places before this were both Chrysler Pacificas. One was white, one was like maroon. So I'm like, any from this road? He's like, yeah, no worries, man. Just grab one and then when you drive out, just show me paperwork. I was like, so my fucking my wife and starts taking my kids to the other cars that aren't Mercedes Benz, and she's like, this one looks nice. I think she's looking at the Dodge Charger. I'm like, babe, we can take the Mercedes, and she's like,
Yeah.
it was like almost like it was too rich for her blood. She's like, I don't want
No,
to.
no, no.
And
Yeah.
I was like,
Like this.
if you don't get this fucking Mercedes, I'm gonna leave you here because when I mean.
Yeah. If you're renting a Mercedes here, it's like $400 a day.
Dumbass. So we took a Mercedes for 2 nights. So the first thing I did was
Oh yeah.
we got in there. I figured out. First of all, it took me like probably 10 minutes to put the car in drive because
Right.
I didn't know how to turn it on. I
Mm-mm.
couldn't figure out how to adjust the seats because it's in the door. It's not like down on the seat.
Oh,
It's
it's
like in
not
the
that.
door.
Oh,
Nah,
of course it
I didn't know
is.
how to turn the e-brake off. I didn't know how to change the gears. The gear thing was actually like where your turn signal should. It's like the turn signal thing, but you like click it and push it in. Once I got the hang of it, it was fine. But I was like,
Right.
I don't see
What?
nothing. I don't see. There's no dials. There's no Prius looking little shifter thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. What are we doing here?
what are we doing? And so the whole time we're like, it's backed into the slot, and right across the way from us is like the rental booth with the Alamo guys all sitting around and looking at us, and we're like sitting there like laughing and pointing, and we don't know. We look like the biggest country rooms ever. Like there's a
Mhm.
Mercedes. Um, and we finally figured it out, and we got it connected to my phone, and I put on the playlist for Nonstop Pop, which is my number one radio station from Grand Theft Auto 5. And I said, we're gonna fucking
We're going.
lay a
Yeah.
patch out this bitch. And I drove the speed limit out of there so hard,
So hard.
and I
I bet you
gassed
even
it.
stopped
I
before you
did.
before you
I
turned.
did. I gassed it once when we got out of the rental garage and they started merging to the lanes, and my wife was like, "Oh no, don't do that." So I was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." It was fun for
Okay.
a sec. It
No,
was
that's
fun
fine.
for like
Yeah,
4 seconds, right?
yeah.
Oh man,
Yes.
yeah, because it had like a sport mode and all this stuff, and she's like, "Oh no, don't." Like she got it. She's like, she knew I wanted to gas, but she's like, don't be a fucking idiot. I was like, yeah,
It's probably a good idea, but
that's probably
still.
a good idea because
I my
I wanted to
God.
stand on it. I
Hmm.
really did. And
Yeah.
also, it wasn't even that nice of a Mercedes. It was like a entry level sedan.
More
Like,
than more than you'll ever drive though, right?
it's got so much more oomph than my hybrid SUV.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how did it drive? Was it
Oh,
smooth?
it
Was
drove
it
great. I
just
loved it. My wife took it forever to figure out how to adjust the seat. So even like on the first morning, the next day, she was like, I hate this car because my back and my hips and all my stuff. I can't. She's listening. She's like, I can't. If you take her out of here, you gotta make sure she doesn't suck her asshole. Yeah, I love you, sweetheart. Nope, nope, nope. Don't suck your asshole. Now, then I was talking to my dog when I said the asshole part. Um,
Well,
yeah, she's like,
you don't wait. You don't you
I
don't
can't,
tell your
I
you
can't.
don't tell your wife
She
not to suck
knows.
her asshole all
She
the time.
knows.
Oh,
We've been
she
down
did.
that road a
You
million
yeah,
times.
yeah. You guys
Oh
have
my
been together
God.
long enough. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
on me, man.
That's
That's
old
on
hat.
me.
Yeah, we've covered that. We've covered that. I still need reminding.
Yeah, duh.
I'm a man. But she finally figured out how to get it adjusted. And I don't know that she wants a Mercedes.
Right,
I think she thinks they're too ostentatious, and it was just like a Mercedes. It wasn't like a McLaren. It wasn't like a,
right.
you know what I mean? It wasn't like a Koenigsegg or anything like that. But um, anyway, so that was fun. We drove that for a couple days, and then we flew the
Nice.
fuck home, and we brought as much goddamn Aloha with us as we possibly can because I came back and I had some work to catch up on, but I refused to stress about it. We're sleeping good. We ate so good there, dude. I'm a huge fan of mango now. What?
Nice.
In fact, I've been buying it at the store and eating it. Believe that? I
I
usually don't,
don't.
I traditionally don't buy a lot of fruit for myself. I buy like what my family wants. I buy apples, bananas, and blueberries, and then
Right.
I pick from it, and I'm good. I'll have a banana every now and then or whatever. But now I've been like buying fruit.
Mangoes. Yeah, I feel like I didn't discover mangoes like 5 years ago, but because obviously I knew mangoes were a thing,
They existed.
they existed. But like I'm kind of like you. I mean, I don't get them as often as I did before, but I one the first time I had a fresh, I don't think I had ever had a fresh mango. And first time I ever had a fresh mango, I was like, well, this is the most perfect
This is the
fruit
best thing I've ever put in my
you can
mouth.
you can have.
Yeah,
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 and I love strawberries. I love raspberries.
yeah.
Mangoes trumps those. If you can get a perfectly ripe mango, oh, get out of here.
It's crazy.
Get the fuck
Well,
out of here.
fuck yourself and get out of this motherfucker. We also stopped by on that road to Hana thing I was telling you about. We stopped by because there's lots of little like local stands selling coconuts. And so we stopped at one with these two dudes who were just chilling there listening to reggae with an enormous bong on the ground behind them that no
Nice.
one saw but me.
Of
Like for
course.
real. Like I was like right
Yeah.
away, like "Meh, meh, we're stopping at these guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nobody else saw it the whole time until we drove away. I mentioned like, you guys see the fucking heavily used but well maintained bong on the ground
Right.
behind him? They're like,
Right. Yeah.
what? Had no idea. But anyways, this guy, he like cut the top off of coconuts for a few of because we bought a few and we drank the straight coconut water and then he cut it open so we could scoop out the young
Yeah.
coconut in it and
Oof.
stuff. I'm not a big coconut fan, or so
Me
I
neither.
thought until that,
Oh,
dude. It was bomb.
really?
It was
So
so
like
good. I was like,
fresh coconuts,
I
just
mean, it was on a
legit.
tree that morning. You know what I mean?
Right.
Versus
Yes.
Safeway downtown where it's been it came from the Philippines. It's been on a boat for 2 weeks, right? Like, yeah, all that shit.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was so good. And
Nice.
one of the really fun things was because it's 3 hours earlier. Normally when we travel, it's later because we normally go east to the
East.
East
Yeah.
Coast or to Europe. I mean, we've been to Europe once. Don't get crazy. But
Yeah.
normally we're going
Yeah. When we
on.
do our
We do our
third trip to
bi-monthly
Europe
trip
for
to
the year,
Istanbul.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's only
Um,
March and we've been there 14 times already.
I'm jet with a Mercedes Benz. Omni-hap.
We flew on a plane
um,
sponsored by Mercedes Benz
yeah, and Melon.
and Melon.
It's a Mercedes plane that Melon bought us.
Yeah,
That's how we do it.
that's how we
But
do it.
it's 3 hours earlier. So like I shit you not, for like the first 5 days, I was waking up 3, 4 a.m.
Oof.
But I was
Yeah,
loving it because the weather is still like 70 degrees and with a light
perfect.
breeze. And I go outside in my shorts and a t-shirt and just listen to like the best time to go listen to like wildlife and birds, especially, of which I saw so many cool ass birds. I won't bore you with it. I saw so many fucking dope ass birds. The best time is right before sunrise through about 20 minutes after, right as the sky's starting to get lighter and the sun comes up and shit, all the birds start losing their minds.
Yeah.
Time to eat, time to get
It's
up, time to
back.
do stuff. Oh
It's
shit, oh shit,
back.
oh shit. Oh, time to eat, we better eat. And so some of them are going to bed but most of them are getting up. And so it was cool because those nights when you're
Nice.
by the erupting volcano, we were in a rainforest. So like at night there's these cool ass tree frogs that would like have this awesome like night song thing. And then in the morning, I'd get up and it'd be like kind of misty, rainy, and I'd go outside. It was just like it sounded so fucking dope. And then
Yeah.
obviously the sound of waves when you're near the ocean is like
hmm
classic human therapy, right? Like, oh, waves. So anyway,
So you just threw, did you just like sit on a patio or a porch or whatever and just throw in some tunes and just fucking
yeah,
chill out?
I listened to political podcasts and stared at the.
I meant like
Yeah.
reggae, island reggae, but
No, I
yeah,
didn't listen.
sure.
I would listen to it while I was walking there, maybe. But even then,
Yeah.
I wanted to hear
You just wanted
stuff.
to hear
And then
everything. Yeah.
definitely when I got to the ocean, I would just sit there and stare like I'm some sort of meditative deep thinker. But really, I'm just going like, this is so. I hate my life back home.
Right. Yeah.
Why do I have to leave
There's
this?
there's nothing in your brain but hate. Hate just keeps scrolling across your brain. Hate. Hate.
Hatred
And
for
then every
everything
day,
that's not
and then
this.
every now and then it'll say yourself
Yep, my
or
life, my life.
or your life, whatever it
Yeah,
is. Your vehicle because you don't own a Mercedes.
I don't know, Mercedes Benz. Yeah,
Yeah. Nice. That sounds like fun.
it was. And now I've been wearing so. my family has bought me Aloha shirts over the years from Disneyland, which are fantastic. But I think I don't know why I never really got into them. I felt they fit me funny, which they don't. It was all in my head, but I thought that, and I also thought they were like you wore them to like if you're a white dude living in the Bay Area, California, you don't just go around wearing Disney Aloha shirts to the grocery store
Right.
or
Oh
to the
yeah, I'm with you.
movies
I'm
or
with
to your
you.
grandma's house one town over, right? You just don't do that. But now I realize you do. Now I realize that that's completely appropriate when you can go to a funeral in Hawaii wearing an Aloha shirt, right? So
Yes.
I'm like, fuck it. So now I've been wearing them. So now I have five of those and three or four more. So I got like nine now. All of a sudden,
Nice.
I went from having five and never wearing them to having nine and wearing them all the time,
Mhm.
and
And I
it's
love like
wonderful.
that the one that you're wearing there. It's not like bright and just kind of like
No,
like if I saw you wearing that at the grocery store,
yeah,
I wouldn't think anything. I wouldn't be like, oh, look at that fucking shirt. But I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be like, this guy's a clown. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
I
hear
would
you.
just be like, oh, there's a guy. I wouldn't even say that. I don't know why
You
I'm
wouldn't
saying
even
this.
you might look at it and go and might move immediately
And move.
on
Yeah,
like, you'd be like
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean if you saw it up close you might dig the pattern. I'll show you this
Right,
other one I
right.
got. It's like cranberry and gray, and the weave
Ooh,
on it is like it's breathtaking, breathtaking.
nice.
I'll show you that
Yeah.
one. I'll wear that one next time, or I'll
Next
try
time.
to. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I doubt you'll
probably
remember.
probably not, but I may wear it anyways because this is all I wear now. I live
Yeah,
in them
that's
unless
it.
I'm working out. You know what? I don't want to. I don't wear them as not my pajama top. Although if we can segue into a different clothing, workout clothes are workout clothes. But what do you sleep in? Describe it to me.
So, how do I say this? I sleep absolutely in the nude.
You really?
I don't wear anything. Yeah. When I
Socks?
turn no, not even socks. I get way too I'd be sweating
Yeah.
if
Oh,
I
I
had a
would
pair of
kill
socks
myself.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I when I was 16, I was like getting ready for bed one day and I was like, I'm gonna sleep naked tonight. And it was the most
It was
freeing,
like me
the
turning on the
most
radio station.
right. It was you turning on the radio station in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It was one of the most freeing things that's ever happened to me. And when I've ever had to like, I share, when I shared a room with Rex a Million,
Yeah. How'd
we
that
both
work?
slept in there. So I would have just like pajama shorts, no
Shorts,
shirt,
not
no
pants.
shirt. But yeah. No, I'm always too hot. I'll put on a blanket rather than put on
Yeah.
extra clothes. But yeah, like
Yeah.
what I'm wearing right now is something that I could wear to
Okay.
bed if I absolutely like if I was going to see my parents now, I wouldn't sleep naked. I'd definitely put some shorts on.
I see I'm an underwear sleeper guy.
Okay. Boxers or you go them tighty whities?
So I'm a briefs guy.
A briefs guy. Okay.
It's like
Holds them in.
you get the coverage and you kind of get the benefits of both. You get like the boxer shape and style and all that
Yep.
stuff, and without the riding up of the tighty whities, but it still kind of clings and kind
Yeah.
of holds shit in place, and
Oh yeah. I love it.
you know,
Boxer briefs are legit.
yeah, they're good. I like them, and that's
That's
it.
what I wear.
That's what you rock like during the day. But are they like loose as shit because they're 19 years
Yeah,
old, or are they?
they're. I actually finally like 6 months ago bought some new ones because there were the Val be like like I don't understand. There's like giant holes right where the asshole is. It's like, are you
Yeah,
burning
yeah,
out
yeah, yeah.
these
Because I
underwear? Like,
blow
what is
ass all
going
night.
on? Yeah, yeah. So I did finally like 6 months ago. So now they fit nice. They're getting a little loose at this point, but I don't really care that much.
I try and buy them about twice a year, a new
Yeah.
pack of like six, and then I go through and I purge
Yeah, rotate
up to
and
six other ones, right? So I usually
yeah,
have I usually have about 15 on hand.
yeah.
But
That
there's like
sounds
three or
right.
four I never wear that are just kind of at the bottom.
Hmm.
No, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, hmm yeah. So I am even in the darkest of winter.
No, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm sleeping with nothing on. But yeah, yeah, yep. That's it. All right.
Okay.
Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you, buddy. Good chatties.
No, was there
Oh
a reason
wait,
you brought that up, or you just had a question about it?
no, I got into that because that's what my one. I was curious how often you're naked, but also now my whole my wardrobe preference changed like overnight in Hawaii. I sound like
Okay.
such a like a fucking howdy like a tourist like it did though.
Yeah.
It's a place, I loved it there so much. I loved the weather and I loved the water and everything else, but I also really loved like the people, the attitude, the culture. I was starting to read about the like the history of like the lands and there it was fucking amazing. So I really liked it.
That's
So
awesome.
that so overnight it changed to like, oh, I love this. I love these shirts now, blah blah blah. So my wardrobe is now basically like island wear. Hey.
Right. Hey, that's good.
Which kind of takes me back to kind of how I wanted to dress when we lived in like San Diego, Orange County, right? Was just
Right.
kind of chill, just kind of mellow, kind of
Hmm.
informal. But now there's like this degree of like implicit formality to these shirts that I love. It's sort of like, and maybe people don't even understand it around here, but I know that like in Hawaii, this is like a really like people would see this shirt and be like, "That's a dope Tory Richard, man. That's cool."
Yeah.
And I don't care if people know that or not. I do. Um, or like my cool Disney shirts that have like I've got like one that's like it's like samurai Star Wars, so it's got like Darth Vader as like a samurai on it and stuff like
Oh,
that from
yeah.
Disney. So now my wardrobe is like island wear, workout clothes, and then boxers for sleeping,
There you go. That's all you
and
need.
always this hat,
Yeah. Well,
always
yeah.
always
Until it absolutely falls apart,
yeah.
that hat will be
This
worn.
this means I'm working out,
Yeah.
right? And this
Yes.
means I'm
Yep.
sleeping,
Yeah. Or
and
playing
then this
baseball.
this or play or I'm in left field. Let me in, coach. I got it. I got
Standing out there like a can of corn,
it.
frozen ropes.
I never get it lost in the sun because like I can't even.
You just two, yeah, two. Oh, so I was watching.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, do you
Okay.
think?
So good. So good. Good. That's a good segue. That's a good segue.
Oh,
I was watching. I was watching the opening day for the Mariners and a couple of these over at first base.
oh yeah.
With
Oh
the
yeah.
strike
Yeah.
or
With
the
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 yeah.
no, he didn't
No,
swing
he
at
didn't
that
go.
one,
He didn't
and it's
go. He
so
didn't. He
nonchalant.
didn't.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no, so it just and there's no arguing it. No, he's
No,
just
no. Doesn't matter if you're Lou Piniella or Pete Rose or any of the fucking famous hotheads, right?
yeah.
Was Pete Rose a hothead or did he just bet?
I think well, I think he was. I think he was a fiery guy. I don't know if he was a
Yeah.
hothead, but I think he was a fiery guy.
And
Yeah,
he did.
so
Yeah.
I just remembered that our conversation from the last time
Yeah. Yeah.
about
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
was like I just gave myself a chuckle when I saw that because there was a couple of actually a bunch of these ones
Oh
like
yeah.
they were pulling them they weren't
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
swinging the
Yeah.
bat but a couple of those too so
And
yeah
how do they make the call? Is it if your wrist turn over, or is it you go past? Because a lot of times they try and check up, they try and like not let their wrist break, even if they're like
yeah
way way out here. They try
yeah
and
yeah
stop it from rolling
hold it
over.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like pretty much like yeah, once your bat gets to a certain point, whether it is your wrist like beyond the angle, then it's a
it's the
strike.
angle of like the head of like the end of the barrel to your wrists, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, like or like kind of to your arm, how like
Sure.
where
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's I just thought that was fun.
That is fun.
Hmm. 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 I do have
So much funsies.
it seems like recently we've been having a lot of bathroom material in our episodes, and I got one. I got one. Um,
Okay, I love it.
well, we like the dude who ran into the mirror out in San Francisco in that bathroom where
Yep.
I don't. Was it the same one where you were laughing?
I tried not to laugh at him.
Yeah, but there was one where you were like pissing and you just like started laughing because just there was like a guy taking a huge shit or like
Oh
over
no,
there.
that was
I can't
different.
remember if those are different
That was
ones, right?
different. When I was in the
Yeah,
bathroom and
yeah,
just
yeah,
everything happened, like everything was
yeah,
happening, the
yeah.
sounds, the sights, the smells of the men's room, it
Yeah,
just got to me
everything.
and I
Yeah.
cracked up. No, this is
Mhm.
different. Yeah.
That was different. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got one. And it's something that I did to myself. So I'm at work.
Is this
I know. This is we can beep out anything anything we need to. Um, I'm at work. I have to go to the bathroom. It's towards the end of the day. I'm kind of trying to wait a little bit, to go. So like I'm no, just one, just number one, so when I get in the car halfway home, I'm not
So
like, well,
you
apparently
can
I
dip
have
them.
to
Yeah.
stop at a gas station to take a piss because my
Yeah.
bladder is
Because I'm
this
over
size,
40 and my bladder is,
Yeah,
you can't even, yeah.
yeah. So finally, when it's about that time, I go in to take a piss, and this has been a long time since this has happened to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure it happens to every single fucking dude at least once, if not multiple times. I I'm at the urinal. I start going, and my spray is literally like maybe what a a
Sideways.
33 degree angle, and just I couldn't adjust in time. I had to go pretty badly because I had waited. I couldn't adjust in time, and I pissed all over the divider between my urinal and the other urinal, and it got all over my shoes. I got it were fixed and I finished, like, so it wasn't like I was
Yeah, it
pissing
wasn't
for
the whole
like
time.
20 seconds, that way, but for
Yeah.
at least a quick, like a 2.5 to 3 second, just like hard stream to the divider onto my shoes, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Luckily no one else was in there with me, but yeah, I had to wipe my shoes off. I had to do. I had to do. Oh well, yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't do the rest of it because I figured the cleaning people would probably. I'd probably take care of it. But I cleaned my shoes off and I made sure we
I
were
mean,
good. But
every man alive has until they do the laundry has so much piss on the front of their slacks from like
yeah.
going to urinals. Because if you pay any attention, you get a fine spray of you and other guys piss all over the front of your pants. Like no
Mhm.
matter how careful you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes the toilet is the worst one because it's like
Yes.
it really because if you look at it at home, you're like, look at all the piss on the ground.
Hmm.
Like not like a standing pool, but like if you look like on cleaning day and you get down there, you're like, look at all the dried.
Right. Like.
Obviously, there's piss just all over this floor all the time,
Right.
right?
Yeah. 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 I'm not a huge fan of cleaning, but the around the toilet is a necessary thing to do at least twice a week for the most part,
Yeah.
just to make sure it doesn't, get too bad before the weekend. Just
The-
piss, just like that much piss.
All right, 3 a.m. You got to piss. Lights or no lights?
No lights, absolutely
No
no
lights,
lights.
right? Yeah, absolutely.
No.
I can generally nail that thing because I got to
Yeah.
lift the lid up, and that gives me all the reference I need
Hmm.
to know where to stand and how to aim and stuff. But
Yes.
um,
Yeah.
I think that's
I'm the type of guy. If I turn the lights on, I'll wake up. So if even if it's at 3 in the morning, like, and by I'll wake up means like I'll go from I can go back to sleep to, oh, I guess the next 2 hours is going to be me like watching a movie and trying to fucking go
yeah,
back to sleep, sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
lights have absolutely got to stay off. There's no
yeah,
way.
yeah. I have to turn them on though on occasion, and this happens honestly once a year, tops.
Mhm.
But every now and then I wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning and I'm like, wow, poop.
Oh,
Very rare,
right.
but not unheard of. And so I don't shit in the dark. I just because
No, no,
I
yeah,
could. I bet I could do it.
you could.
I bet I
But
could
would
do
you?
it. I'm a big
But would
boy.
you want to risk streaks in those boxer briefs because you didn't look at the to make sure that you were pretty much
Oh,
done with the wipe?
I sit down. Oh, I see. Um,
You know what I
I
mean?
definitely,
Like,
yeah, yeah. You got to make sure that you've
yeah, I
got it
mean,
all cleaned up. I
yeah,
can just stick your fingers in there, and
yeah, that's true.
if they come back,
And you smell them, and you
and
smell them,
you,
and you smell shit, and then you got to keep wiping.
the
Yeah, I'm
house,
not done
that's
yet.
how I do it.
That's how you always
Oh,
do it.
better keep going. Yeah.
In fact, if you've got windows in your bathroom, I don't know if you do or not. You keep blackout curtains there so you can do in the dark every time.
Yeah. Yeah. We have that thing that sometimes like hotels have where it's like we've got our main bathroom, but then the toilet is in its own little tiny room
Yes.
off the bathroom, which I wasn't a fan of when we first moved in here. I was like, that's weird. But um it's wonderful because like me and my wife can be in there just ripping ass and taking a huge shit. Fan on, lights on. It's got its own little stuff, and you can come and use the bathroom without
Right.
having to
Take a
look at the other
shower, do
person
whatever you got
taking
to
a
do.
dump.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
don't like is our shower has glass walls, no curtain. It's got a door and glass walls, so it's always see through.
Mm,
And I, my whole life, pretty much, except at hotels, I've always had like an enclosed tub with a curtain,
right. Yeah.
like most normal houses, right? And so this one has like a square shower with glass walls, and I'm like, I still don't like it. I gotta be honest. I
Mm-mm.
still wish because it's weird because we do have windows in our bathroom. They're obviously always shut. Like the blinds are
Right.
always pulled on our bathroom, but it's weird because it's like if anybody, if my wife, it's only my wife, but if anyone comes in, like if my in-laws come in while I'm showering, I'm right there, you know?
It's no good.
No
And
good.
I mean, I don't know what's worse. I guess maybe obviously not super steamed, but like whether there's a steam on the like on the glass or not, they'll either see a silhouette of your ugly ass or
No.
just you.
It's never, there's never steam. It doesn't steam up that
Never.
much.
It doesn't seem up
No.
that much. Okay.
It's like it's open on top, like it's not connected to the ceiling,
Mm.
right? So like
So
it might be
just
steamy in the bathroom, but in the shower doesn't ever get so
yeah.
steamy that yeah. So anyway,
Huh.
not my thing. But I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, as long as it gets done, it's like whatever.
Oh, and it does.
Oh yeah,
Take a lot, take a lot of showers. So
yeah. I know you do. Yeah.
I'm always got
Mhm.
poop on me somewhere.
Yeah,
So
poop under your
yeah, I got
on
a
your
poop
upper
stash.
lip.
My wife
Yeah.
would be like, "Did you just take a dump?" I'd be like, "No, no,
No. No, I
no,
swear.
no. I swear I didn't take a dump."
A little piece to
Yeah.
on your tongue as you.
Oh man.
Oh,
So, um, you gave me some. You want to? Should we transition to one of these? Uh,
nice.
what you got?
I want to do that. I want to do that picture first.
So I just run it.
Yeah. And you might want to pause it so you can read it.
Oh, okay. Let me read. I didn't know he did. I don't know. He's dating
But
her.
I didn't know that either. But look at the comment
Yeah.
below.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to ask you
Yeah. That's a beautiful.
what fan do you think said that? Like
Oh, it
you
could
know
totally
Premier
be a
League.
Spurs fan.
Okay.
It could absolutely be a Spurs fan because they are hot garbage right now.
Okay.
There's a saying in the Premier League when a team consistently gives up a lead, like they'll be like up like 2-0 at halftime and then they blow it and lose like 2-3.
Right.
It's called being Spursy.
Mm.
There's a famous there's a famous I think it was Sir Alex Ferguson, the famous coach of Manchester United. One time, like when he had like Beckham on his team and all this stuff, one time they were playing Spurs and they were down like three at halftime and this is like 20 years ago and they took him in the myth is that they all went to their dressing rooms at halftime and he the only halftime speech he gave his team, one of the best football teams in the history of all football, the only speech he gave them when they were down 3-0 away was, come on lads, it's just Spurs. and then they and then they came out and they destroyed us.
Just
And so there's a saying that's like, oh, it's the Spurs, or like, oh, they're well, that's Spursy. Like you'd say that about any team, is that was a very Spursy game for them, right? Is when they
right.
blow a
Okay.
clear and obvious lead.
Hmm.
But for the last few seasons, it's been like really true, like really
Mm.
really true.
Yeah.
Um, and so it could totally be a Spurs fan making fun of the club that like his probably his grandfather would have died for, right? And
Right.
you know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Yep.
So, but it also totally might have been like an Arsenal fan
Okay.
because their stadiums are only like 1.5 miles apart or something. Like you can see them.
Jesus.
And then I mean, there's like several big like Chelsea, West Ham. They're all within like a few mile radius of each other, and these are like
Yeah.
Premier League team.
These are big boys. Yeah.
It's so cool. It's such a cool like environment over there. It's like imagine if like the Dodgers and um the Giants stadiums were like 2 miles apart, or if like I don't know who's the Yankees main. Is it also the Dodgers? I don't know who's the who's the Yankees.
Like
Like
the
The
classic,
Sox.
the Red Sox classic. There's the classic rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like imagine if their stadiums were
Like
like a
two and a half
20-minute
miles
walk
apart.
from each other.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
crazy. And so those are what's called derbies. Like when you play like when um Liverpool plays Everton, right? Both of those teams are are in Liverpool.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, because of the part of town, it's called the Merseyside Derby. Now, make no mistake, Derby is spelled Derby,
Right.
as in Derby.
Derby.
But
You're
even
right.
people without the accent say it. You're supposed to pronounce it Derby. It's not like just the British accent pronounces it Derby because they do.
Right.
But even folks who don't, like the God, who's that fucking Tim something? I can't think of his name. He's an American, but he was Manchester United's goalie for a while. He's God, embarrassing. I can't think of his name, but he's a regular on NBC Premier League coverage. He says Derby, like everybody says Derby. You say Derby, and so
Hmm.
Derby is when two rivals play each other. Like if when the Dodgers play the Giants, it would be the California Derby, or
Okay.
the West Coast Derby. Like if the A's played the Mariners, that might be like a West Coast Derby. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
so Arsenal is, I mean, Spurs have like a million chants and songs and shit they sing about like one of them is called "We Hate Arsenal." That's the name of the song that they sing, and vice versa, 100% vice versa, right?
Right.
And right
Right.
now, Arsenal is a world class team. They're like sitting like third on the table, I think, second or third on the table, um, depending on how Liverpool and Nottingham Forest are doing right now, and City and Chelsea, they're all up there right now, but. They're a great team. We suck. We're like 14th. We're never on the second half of the table until recently.
Hmm. Okay.
Anyway, so it could be anybody. He's cool. He's like a young player. He goes on streaks. He's kind of streaky or whatever, but he's fans love him. He's a good, like, he's not the star, but he's a
Solid
integral
player. Yeah.
integral part of the team, right?
Got you. Okay.
Everybody likes Brendan Johnson, but that is always odd when you see anyone dating a porn star. Because you're like,
Right.
I don't
That.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
I,
know. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
And
Hey, to
that
each their
part
own. It's all good, but
that part for me didn't even matter. It was the comment.
yeah,
I was like, I got to get
yeah,
Jesse's opinion on this. Is
yeah.
this like a rival, or is this? And I
It
mean,
could be
it
either
wouldn't
fucking.
surprise me if it was. Yeah.
It could be a fourth generation Spurs fan saying that.
Yeah. Got you.
100%. Because also British humor and attitude is very self-deprecating to begin with,
Right.
right? You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
So I
I
mean,
got you.
imagine like I could hear you saying that about someone like a Mariners player dating
Right.
someone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Only team left, never been to the World Series, right?
I think there's three others. So I think there's
Oh,
only four. There's four teams, but or something like that.
no way. I thought it was.
How
Um,
many teams have not gone to the World Series? Five teams total.
okay. No, I take it way back.
Yeah. So the
Well, but
well no. So I think the Mariners are the only team that have never actually been to a World Series.
that's what I'm saying. Been to a
Yeah,
World Series, not won it.
I heard won it.
Oh
But
no.
yeah,
I meant they've never been to it
I've
because other
never.
even the teams, even those other four teams, I would assume have been. They
Yeah,
just haven't won.
The Rays win in 1998. The Mariners have not. Brewers made it to one World Series. Padres went to the World Series twice. Yeah, so everybody else has been to the World Series, but the Mariners.
Man, so you could see a Mariners fan saying that,
Yeah,
ironically,
I
tongue in cheek
yeah.
about, oh God, imagine when her parents, porn star's parents, find out she's dating the Mariners player.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I listen to a Mariners podcast. It's a daily during the week podcast. It's about 30 minutes long. It's kind of a nice way to drive home. And
yeah,
they are not. I mean, they love the team. You can it's obvious, but they are not.
yeah.
They they don't hold back. They're definitely willing to you know talk shit about the team, which I love. I love. It's actually Locked On Mariners is what it's called. So check it out.
Locked on Mariners.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Cool, cool. I
Yeah.
definitely won't be. I won't be listening to that. I'm gonna be honest
Nah.
with you. Yeah,
I know you won't. It's fine.
I
It's
couldn't
fine.
give a fuck less
Mm-hmm. I know
about
you
that
couldn't.
or you or you.
And I just looked up the Chrysler Pacifica. Yeah, that's a bitch mobile for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of the craziest things about it, besides the fact that um, it was, for all intents and purposes, it was totally fine. But it looks like a
Right.
bitchmobile. It got good mileage, but it had these weird brakes that anytime we were turning out. By the way, the fastest roads over there are like 50 miles an hour. Like there was never any roads that are like
No,
70, even speed
no
limits,
70.
right?
Right.
No. But I kept uh, when we would be like on a highway, we had to turn off onto a road in like 2 miles and be like, got it, got it, got it. I would always start braking at an appropriate time and go like past it. And I'd have to like really crank it at the last minute. We like go into the other lane. This happened consistently because it just had the weirdest
Just the
brakes. And
like
I'm like,
just
I swear I've been driving for like 25 years, 26 years. I know how to do this,
yeah.
but
It's
my
like got
braking,
the softest brakes ever or
it
something.
was just like, it was weird because it would like start off with the good brake and then like it didn't have like a curve to the braking deceleration that you'd expect. And I've
Right.
driven cars with good brakes and bad brakes. And this was just the weirdest, like the behavior of the braking was just so bizarre.
Hmm.
So it was a total bitchmobile. But
For
again,
sure.
I was with my family and half of another family. I mean, we didn't give a fuck. I was just trying to,
Yeah. It
pull
didn't
pull
matter.
nothing.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
Mercedes,
That's legit.
that's
That's
not good.
that's it. Yeah. You know it.
Anyway, F1 F1015 Should I
One
play? Do you want
five.
to? I'm really intrigued by these
Um.
other two.
Yeah. So DJ Dunkoff sent me the second bedroom sessions, second one. So this is the second one of the second bedroom sessions. Actually, you know what? Before we go, let's just go.
Oh shit, we're back. Okay,
We're
hold
back.
on,
We're back. We're
hold
back.
on,
We're
wait.
back.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
Oh, everything's going to hell. Hold on, hold on, hold on. No, no, no. Nothing to see here.
well, that DJ Dunkoff's got some good dance moves.
He's got some moves, dude, and he's in shape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's so limber.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Ooh. He's not even like. Oh, you can see his hands. What's up, Pete? Oh yeah, right. I mean,
DJ Dunkoff did it again. There it is.
whoa,
Oh.
man, viewer, people don't get to see that kind of stuff generally.
Mm-mm.
You're lucky you're watching or listening to this
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
because it's a real treat.
Yeah.
It's a real treat. Fucking
Hmm.
idiot.
Speaking of real treat, Why don't we jump to an ad? I got oh no, I got an ad read. If we want to do a
Oh, an ad
transition.
read. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Did that one. Oh, yeah.
Kids can be bullies, and that's a fact. I know I've been a bully, and I've
Hmm.
been bullied.
Hmm.
Being pushed around, spit, and pissed on is the worst. There's a
Yeah, I've been
solution
there.
for yeah. There's a solution for everyone out there, and it's easy as one, two, three. One, call 1-800-555 murder for hire for real. Two, tell a consultant what the fuck's been going on. Three, that bully assassination is on, and like that's for show. They're brick pounders, licks and pounding company.
I'm
When
sorry?
we give, they're brick pounders, licks and pounding company. When we
Licks
give
and
the,
pounding.
yeah, when
So
we
I wasn't
give
sure.
the, when we give the licks, their heart stops its ticks, and when they get a pounding, demons from hell start surrounding. Pain and agony will be their last thought. But from the beat down that you, my friend, brought. They wanted a poem at the end.
Was that
It's
Was that
wild.
Shakespeare or was that?
It was Shakespeare. It was
Yeah,
Shakespeare.
it wasn't Yeats. Yeah.
Yeah. When we give the licks, their heart stops its ticks. And when they get a pounding, demons from hell start surrounding.
Huh.
Pain and agony will be their last thought. From the beat down you, my friend, have brought. Brick Pounders, Licks and Pounding Company.
Licks and pounding. I don't know
Yeah,
that I would
they
buy a lot of things from the Licks and Pounding Company,
well,
but
they they give out
oh, I
licks
get it.
and they give a pounding. That's all. There's just like massive poundings. Just yeah. Licks and pounding. Yeah.
Whoa.
I and there just in case you didn't hear it, 1-800-555 murder for hire for real. That's the phone
Is,
number.
is it for real or faux real?
Faux. FOU.
Oh,
Yeah.
hooey how? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So thanks for listening to that ad read, everybody. There is one more video in there. I made a one brief kitchen tutorial sort of a
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Well, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
not just sort of a thing. It is a one brief kitchen tutorial. If you want to throw that bad boy on.
I do. Hold on. Oh yeah. Tomatillos, dude, right? They're so sticky
Yeah.
when you peel them. They're so fucked. I
Oh,
hate it.
yeah. I hate it so much, but they're so good.
Are you gonna broil those bitches?
Broil
Yeah.
them bitches. While they're broiling, get the rest ready. You know,
How long do they broil?
about 4 minutes.
Uh,
Little green onion.
yeah. Do you
Chop
rib
up
them?
the. Yeah, I most definitely do. Yeah. Get them out of there.
Oh, proper technique. Yep. Like playing a video game. It's not entertaining. I swear to God, it sounds like a Super Nintendo era. It's a perfect.
Yeah.
Or sound like Stardew Valley or something.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. to do it out of the salt hog and everything. What's that?
Yeah, that's chili powder.
Okay. What's that? Oh, black pepper.
Some black pepper.
Ooh, immersion?
Yeah,
Like a stick blender? Yeah.
yeah, that it's so awesome.
Yeah, I bet. Ooh, they were steaming.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, yeah.
Totally.
There it is. Avocado salsa.
Speaking of lemons, we went to the southernmost bakery in the United States, which is on like the south tip of the Big Island. So that's as
Okay.
south as you can go and still be in the US proper. And I ordered a Lilikoi lemonade. So it's a lemonade,
Hmm.
but it had Lilikoi. I had no idea what that was at the point at that time. But it's passion fruit, which is
Okay.
so fucking good. That's another one I had no idea. Like, oh my God, I fucking love it. So the passion fruit lemonade. And
Very nice.
I was sitting outside in this cafe drinking it while my family wandered off into the town. I was like, I'm just gonna fucking sit here. And I ate my fish and chips with my Lily Koi lemonade and watched this guy jamming outside the cafe with a little mic and
Yep.
guitar. But the best part is he was fucking trash.
Yeah, of course he was. Of
It
course he
was
was.
so bad. He was doing
Doesn't even
cover
matter.
songs and he was absolute garbage. And I was like, he had like this little shitty drum machine and he played his guitar and sang horribly out of tune. And it was like a
Big.
one measure beat on permanent loop
You're right. Yeah.
for every song. It was perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was
Nice.
good, man. Tomatillo. I mean, I never get green salsa for home generally, in case anybody else wants the salsa. Nobody else really likes it, but me. But at a restaurant, I gravitate to that
Yeah.
because I also like
Hmm.
a good pico. Come on, because that's
Right.
like eating chunks, just
Yeah.
shit. But
Yeah. Yeah. That chunkiness is good, but
good stuff.
like this is you remember the cheesy roll up thing that I made
I do.
a
I
while,
do.
yeah, so this inside of that
It,
wrapped up is just it's perfect. I love it. It's not difficult at all to make either. So
no, 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 no. But
yeah.
the skinning the tomato tomatillos is
Just
hatred, hatred.
sticky. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like it at all. I'm
no,
with you on that. It
yeah,
disgusts me, but the stuff is so good. I can't help it. I got to do it.
yeah.
And I'm glad that you said something during the song because there was about four songs I was looking at to use for this one, and the fact that it went from slow to like that crazy thing, like
Awesome.
I was like I think Jesse's really gonna love this one, so we're just gonna put it. And there's some like when I cut down on the lemon and went back to slow, like there were some pieces that worked. So I was like, all
Yeah,
right, we're just
it
gonna
was good.
we'll use this one.
It was
I'm
lovely.
glad you like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
Look, I can't let you out of here, sweetie, because no one will supervise you and with your ass licking. I love you though. I do. Promise. I was here. Oh, it's 7:40. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
all
I was
right.
gonna say, like, I think we're running on like an hour 20 at this
We're well
point.
over an
After,
hour.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I don't.
let's
Do you have any talking points? Do you
I
have
gotta take a
do
shit. It was Hawaii. Hawaii was my
you,
talking point.
right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right. And did you get any blue skies or anything, or we got nothing
No,
there?
I'm gonna harvest them all from the last month and a half
Yeah,
for our next
yeah.
for episode 016.
Maybe we'll do on episode 16. We'll do just maybe not a full fucking hour and 20 minutes worth, but we'll do like a nice like 40-minute
Get caught
session
up.
of just
Yeah.
all the catch
All
up
blue
there.
skis. Yeah.
Yeah. I did have one more thing that I just wanted to say. Um, so I just found out like 4 days ago that a guy named Garth Hudson died in January.
Okay.
And the reason why this is relevant for me is,
Yeah.
as you know, I'm like a huge Beatles fan. You know, like I've always loved the
Yeah.
Beatles, and I've always been a Beatles guy. But about 15 years ago, I watched a documentary slash last concert called The Last Waltz, and Martin Scorsese had like directed and done it, and it's essentially some interviews and the last concert that the band ever
Uh,
ever did. And I watched that, and it like I don't know how to explain it. It changed the way I thought about music. When I watched that, I don't for so I like I knew songs by the band, like the song "The Weight." Everybody knows "The Weight." The road in from Nazareth, take a load off Fanny.
yeah.
Everybody knows that song. Maybe a couple other ones, but so Garth Hudson was their like keyboardist. He played the organ for the most part and did a lot of those weirder sounds. And he was the last. He was the last. So there are no more the band guys. Like the band has slowly become my favorite like 70s group of all time. Like 60s, 70s, like older
Yeah.
like they for me they've surpassed the Beatles in how I enjoy music.
Huh.
Um, and so Garth Hudson was the last of them. Like about 2 years ago, Robbie Robertson, who was the guitar player, he died. Uh,
Yeah.
Levon Helm, or they called him Levon, but he was actually supposed to be pronounced Levon. Levon Helm was their drummer slash mostly singer, and he died a handful of years ago. And um, 1999 for one of the guys, and 1986 for like the other one. But they're all
Okay. Yeah,
gone
I'm looking
now.
at their Wikipedia right now. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're like after 1976, there might have been other members that joined so they could tour, but they weren't the original members. So if you look them up, it might be like, oh, Jimmy Johnson,
Yeah.
guitar,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's not an original member. So I wanted everyone to know you should watch The Last Waltz if you haven't. It's fucking amazing. So what they did was they had a ton of people come out. So they played a lot of their own songs. Then like they'd have Neil Young come out and sing "Helpless," or Van Morrison
Yeah.
came out and sang one of his songs
Really?
"Caravan." Neil Diamond came out.
Yeah. Ringo Starr,
Ringo
Ron
Starr,
Wood, Neil Diamond.
Bob
Yeah.
Dylan, Eric Clapton. Like it was like a star-studded event for their
Yeah.
hurrah, their final hurrah. So everyone should watch that. And I was just gonna list off the songs I love a lot. Ophelia, King Harvest, Shape I'm In, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, the last waltz version. I mean, I like the original as well, but I like that one better. Up on Cripple Creek, This Wheel's on Fire, and the
Okay. Okay.
Wait, the last waltz version of The Weight is
Okay.
is it like gives me goosebumps. It's
Sure.
crazy. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to shout them out because they're all dead now, and it's it'll never be ever again. It's like you
Yeah.
can still go see Paul McCartney. You can pay $1,000, but you can still go see Paul McCartney. You can still go see some of these guys, but we'll never see any of these guys again. So I'd wanted to end it on a down note. So
Yeah. That's fun.
yeah. So everyone should watch Last Waltz. If you can find it anywhere, I don't know if it's on streaming or
I'm not
not.
gonna do
You
that.
should you should watch it.
I'm not gonna do that.
Ah, okay.
In fact, honestly, I checked out a few minutes ago. I didn't hear anything you just said.
Absolutely nothing I said.
Yeah.
You're like, I thought we were gonna end this fucking episode. Now we're 6.5 minutes
When
later.
you said
Thanks.
licks and
Cheers.
pounding, I checked out after that.
I thought you'd like that. I was almost I don't make these ads actually, so never mind. I was almost they were almost going to go the other way when they created that company, but there was some legality behind it. So apparently,
Yeah.
murder in Atlantis is acceptable, but not
But if you go through the proper
like
channels, you
right,
can't just go
right,
murder
right.
anybody on the street.
Right, yeah, you got to go to Dick
You
Pounders,
gotta
Licks
pay
and
somebody else to
Pounds.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You do. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but the licks and pounding on the other side of things is way illegal. So yeah.
Yeah. Ah. What? That's how you kill him, huh? You don't.
Yep.
It's okay. It's just your butthole. It's just your own butthole. There's nothing crazy going on. It's just your own butthole.
Ah,
Talking to
crazy
my talk,
buttholes.
talking to my kids.
Hmm.
Um. All right. So should we call it? Because I got
Let's
shit to
call
do.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick,
Yep.
and you know what I should do probably before we go out.
Come on,
Actually,
man. You want a sword fight, man? Come on, a sword fight, you, man. A sword fight.
There
beautiful.
you go. Yep.
All right, here we go, guys. It's been fun. Let's see. Oh God,
I I told you to change. No, you didn't want to though. You didn't want to.
it seems too obvious because it's sitting right there.
I feel like the last time we did this, it's not the one that says no, even though I thought it was the one that says no. It's like right under it, maybe.
Oh, that's for the no, maybe outro. Okay, so then here we go. This must be it right here.